What is up, everybody? This is Steve from AltCoin Buzz, and if you haven't checked us out on Twitter, you can find us at AltCoinBuzzIO. We invite you guys to come over and check us out over there. If you're looking for regular content in the cryptocurrency space, Twitter is where we mainly hang out at. We're also on Instagram. We are at AltCoinBuzz on Instagram. Make sure you check the spelling. You get the official account. We do have people out there trying to pretend to be us. And you can also subscribe to us here on YouTube, which is probably where you're hearing this, unless you're hearing it on Steemit or DTube also. So if you're on Steemit or DTube, also be on the lookout for AltCoin Buzz. We're on there too. You can always head on over there, create yourself an account, and keep up to date with one of the most cutting-edge social media platforms out there, and one that's backed by cryptocurrency. So here we are on our Twitter page. We've got polls, we've got different comments. You can follow Blockchain J. That's Jeff, in case you guys weren't aware. That's one of his Twitter handles, so you can keep up with him and all things crypto related to Jeff. But just a lot more discussion going on there than what you might necessarily find here in the comments on our YouTube channel. So obviously, subscribe to us here on YouTube, hit the bell next to it for notifications, and let's dive into what I wanted to talk about. So one of the big things I've seen people kind of dote about in the cryptocurrency space is that some people are down on their luck lately, or they just kind of feel that way. And maybe we've all been a little bit spoiled by the late November, all December, and early January spoils that we had when things were just going gangbusters. And it kind of put things into a different perspective to where I think that normal behavior from the market feels a little bit underwhelming. So I think that some of us may be kind of bit by that bug where we're expecting to see things always be shooting to the moon and going for crazy gains. And really what we should be looking at is that, you know, January was a bit of a bloodbath, right? I mean, no hiding from that. But February was actually a pretty kick-butt month. And when we take a look back, here's what I want to do. I want to take a look at the total market cap, which might feel a bit low right now, sitting at only $468 billion. A lot of you guys might be thinking like, what the heck, that's awfully low. But let's take a look at the last month in total market capitalization and put this into some perspective for you guys that may not be looking at it. And then we'll also dive into 3 coins that have actually been treating me quite well in my portfolio over the last month. I picked up these coins throughout December and January, and one of them I picked up fairly recently, and it's been treating me well ever since. So let's take a look at the last 1 month. And let's take a look at total market capitalization. This may not represent the exact behavior of your favorite coin, and it also, you have to keep in mind that there are more coins kind of being trickled into the market on a regular basis, though there are some being phased out as well. So we're seeing a little bit more coins come in too. So just keep in mind this isn't a perfect setup, but I will go into like Bitcoin and stuff like that to show you. So when we started off 1 month ago, this is showing February 4th, we were at a total market capitalization at that time of $382 billion. And of course, it did hit a low into the upper 200s, which did have quite a bit of people's faith shaken. And we were here with you guys, never to let you down. So here we are today, and the current market capitalization sitting at 468 billion plus. So comparatively, we're up like $80 billion over the course of a month. And to me, that is healthy, right? It might look to some like this is a market trading sideways, and some of your coins might be doing that. But realistically, this market is making relatively healthy gains. So for the last 1 month, we've seen a significant growth. Like that 80 billion is representing more than a 20% growth, I believe, in calculation of total market capitalization gains. And even if we look at the 7-day, so to put it in a shorter term perspective, when we look at 7 days ago, 433 billion versus the 468 billion, again, those are solid gains for 7 days. And we've seen very consistent trading volume. That's these candles or bars down here at the bottom of the graph. So there's been pretty solid trading volumes on a 24-hour basis pretty much the entire time. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. Now let's go back and take a look at some particular coins. Obviously, Bitcoin is one of the big market indicators. It's grandpapa, and it's the one that we look at its total market capitalization. It's gained a lot of dominance lately. It was dipping down to like 30% dominance. Now it's back up over 40, and we'll see that change from time to time. But let's go into Bitcoin and show you Even though some people seem to recollect the brief period that it was at $20,000, over the course of the last 1 month, it's actually made some pretty decent gains. So let's let that load up. And Bitcoin was at almost exactly $8,000 1 month ago. Today we're looking at a Bitcoin that's priced at about $11,500. So right now it's looking at $11,517 if we look at the current price according to CoinMarketCap. So we've seen some very solid gains that are somewhere around, I'm just going to ballpark it, so don't quote me on the percentage, but somewhere around the 40% gains over 1 month period. And that is solid, especially when most people are thinking that there's not a lot of activity going on in the cryptocurrency space. This is massive potential that's currently flying under the radar for most people, especially those that are still talking negatively about it out there on CNBC, out there in the general press, and even maybe your friends and family who are still talking about how, oh, everyone's losing money and the market's down, because all they heard about was the up, up, up and the down, down, down. So if we could maintain these types of growth figures on a monthly basis, which I have to admit is not expected to be realistic, but given the fact that there's still a lot more adoption that's got to take place here in cryptocurrency, it is very likely that we could sustain these types of gains on a consistent basis, or at least consistently gain on a monthly basis some decent percentage as far as the market goes that could be predictable and reliable as more and more capital could be coming in. So taking a look here at Bitcoin, no, we want to go back one more time. I wanted to show you Bitcoin, which we just did. I want to go over Ethereum, which is another big one that's had slightly different behaviors. I want to show you Litecoin as well. And then that'll basically kick off my top 3 coins. Litecoin, as we round out these big 3, is Litecoin will kick off one of the coins that's done well for me. So I hinted at that earlier. And when we get to Litecoin, that'll coincidentally be number 1 on my personal list. So here we are on Ethereum. This has had a different month compared to Bitcoin. It's like 2 different markets almost that this coin has been in, because we've seen this up to $1,400+, and then now it's traded at some crazy prices. But when we look at Ethereum on a 1 month basis, it was at about $812 a month ago, and today we're looking at about $865. So we're not looking at very significant gains, but it's at least maintained that position, which if we could go back in time and talk to ourselves 4 months ago and tell ourselves that we would be considering an $800 and something Ethereum to be a downturn in the market, we might be checking ourselves at the door, realizing that just a few months ago that it was trading at what, a couple $100. So let's look at the 3 month and give you perspective. Of course, you'll see the swell in December, but 3 months ago, this was trading at $469, so below 500. And not long before that, it was only at a couple hundred. But on a 7-day, Ethereum's had a pretty rough week, at least emotionally. It's got the roller coaster effect. We've been up, and then we've been down, up and down. It's had some big swings. But when we look at 1 month ago, and it was roughly 860, and today we're sitting at basically 860, it's been a sideways month, which in the stock market would be normal. And these types of swings do show some volatility, but we've had a lot of consistent market trading volume take place on Ethereum. So nothing really standing out as significant volume, but it's been healthy, and there's a part of the reason that it's the second highest market capitalization on here. Now we'll skip through Ripple and Bitcoin Cash, and we'll go to Litecoin. I've talked a lot about Litecoin. You've probably seen my the video where I basically just say I'm bullish on Litecoin, and then a video where we talk about Litecoin Cash as a follow-up to that. I still haven't been able to claim my Litecoin, and it has something to do with my wallet being recognized. So my Litecoin Cash, I should say. So my Litecoin wallet's not being recognized. And at this point, I'm not really like feeling like I'm sweating it, but I did feel like I missed out on that opportunity to get it while it was $5 and either hold on to it or cash it out right away and just get more Litecoin, which I think is honestly what I probably would have done, was just sold my Litecoin Cash had I gotten it sooner, and would have just sold it for Litecoin. So, but here's Litecoin. Let's take a look at its 1 month. And now me personally, I stocked up on this when the market was heading down, but in all honesty, I bought it when it was closer to 220. So I've been like just kind of holding out on this because I don't know what price it will eventually get to, but I'm very bullish on this for 2018. And I think that Litecoin has one of the biggest potential upsides in terms of a percentage gains. Like if we're talking about at the end of 2018, early 2019, if we're looking at $1,000 plus Litecoin, I don't think I would be shocked thinking about it from today's standards. So somebody who might have bought it for $2 or $3 a couple years ago might be shocked by that. But when we look at 1 month ago, it was trading at only $143, and today we're over $200. We're at $211, $212. And over the last 7 days, it's been a little bit of a different story because we did have the launch of LitePay. That project did launch, but we did have some letdown with the LitePay Visa card not being issued, with the Litecoin Foundation team basically citing that due to the current market and basically the sentiment from banks given cryptocurrency, with Visa and MasterCard companies charging people cash advance or freezing people's funds for purchasing cryptocurrency with their accounts, things of that nature, they thought it would be prudent to hold off on it. But over the last 7 days, we're looking at a spike that took place around the time that they had anticipated the launch of LitePay, and then LitePay launched about the 26th, I think it was. And then it's kind of chugged down a little bit since then, because that was the biggest anticipated news that we could hold out for in the short term, at least that we're aware of. Now, there is some other sort of partnership that Charlie Lee had hinted at late in 2017, but I'm not sure if that was the Visa partnership that I don't think it's ever been firmly announced or confirmed what big partnership he was talking about, and I had heard Facebook and all kinds of other things. Maybe there'll still be something out there, but if we can see LitePay become a successful project and mature over the year 2018, then I think we'll see a lot of consistent trading volume with that coin, and we'll see more mainstream adoption and understanding of that coin as being a front runner, because what we're kind of looking for is that the water cooler talk in and around the places that we work should shift away from just Bitcoin talk when cryptocurrency comes up, and be focusing more on other altcoins. We want to see that happen, and that will give you a sign that maybe more mainstream adoption and understanding has taken place. So that Litecoin was one of the number one coins that I've been really bullish on. Another one that's just been really good to me ever since I got into it. And I tell you, the way that I got into Monero, so we're talking about Monero now at number 9. Let's go ahead and click on it. This is a privacy coin, and if you've been following me on Altcoin Buzz here, you'll know that I'm pretty optimistic about privacy coins in general. For better or worse, some people like them, some people don't, but I got into Monero because it's a very easy coin to mine, and I've been mining Monero. So it's not something that is really you're going to mine a whole bunch of unless you buy a large operation. But for me, it was the coin that got me into mining and understanding mining quite a while ago. And it's been treating me well because, as you can see, over the last few months, it shot up from sub $100 range, and now we're looking at close to $400 range. But let's take a look at that over the 1 month, because 1 month ago it wasn't selling for all that much. It was selling for about $210, $211. Now we're looking at a coin that's sitting at about $371. So this coin, you can't quite call that 200% gains, but it actually feels like that right now, that it's been at like 70, 80% gains. You know, there hasn't been a lot of volatility in it. When you look at this this market capitalization and the Satoshis, it has had pretty much just a steady chug uphill. And it's flown under the radar, I would say, for most people, where I don't hear a lot of people talking about Monero, even within cryptocurrency space. But it has been treating me well. And if we look over the 7 days, it's had a very strong 7-day as well. So let's take a look. And it's just always fun anytime you can log back into your profile, check your wallet balance, and see that it's actually going up, especially when so many people seem to still have a negative sentiment about cryptocurrency. So 288 or so about a week ago, and we've gained about $90. So what a strong coin that has been, even over the 7-day. I can't tell you, none of this is financial advice. This is just a dude talking about coins and his personal excitement about it. Think of it as friendship and or entertainment. But here, let me throw you a curveball. Here's another coin that I've been into that has treated me oh so well. It still is probably undervalued. So take that with a grain of salt, because anytime some dude on YouTube tells you it's undervalued, that really doesn't mean anything to the market. So that's just my personal opinion. But if we scroll all the way down, it's not quite in the top 100. And what we're looking for is good old Genesis Vision. So this is GVT. It's come up a few times in our videos, and it's not quite trading at all-time highs right now. So I would say that if you're looking at getting into this coin at this present moment, today may not be the best time or the most opportune time to buy into it. And I only say that because generally speaking, we've been giving out the credo that you don't buy at all-time highs. But that doesn't mean that this coin's not going to have a crazy 2018. You're taking all the risk anytime you're buying something at an all-time high, regardless of whether you think sky's the limit or that people are bandwagoning onto it. You're just running the risk of potentially being a bag holder. So unless you believe in the technology or you have some information that I don't have, this is really just something that I think that those that have faithfully followed this project have seen their due returns so far, and there's just not a lot of talk about it. So we can hopefully rally together kind of behind it. But 1 month ago, you could have picked up this coin for just over $13, and today it trades at just shy of 3 times that much. So at $36 and some change, it has had a strong run over the last 30 days. And even over the last 7 days, this has probably been its biggest surge, its biggest sustained surge, and who knows what's going to happen to it moving forward. But I would like to see this creep into the top 100 at least. It has gone from a market capitalization, here we go, of $83 million to today we're looking at $136 million, or roughly a price per coin of 22 versus 36, so up about 50%. Very, very strong performance from that coin, and I feel like it's not quite the underdog, but I feel like it's like an unsung hero in my portfolio, having treated me to such nice gains. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I think I'm just going to hold it because I really feel optimistic about that in 2018. I don't know if you're a day trader, I don't know what you want to get into or when you want to get into it, or even what a good price to get into Genesis Vision at. Obviously, whatever price would be good to get into it at would be less than whatever it's selling for now, right? So anytime you can get it less, as long as it's not crapping out, but you know, that's your call there. But that has been my take and my overall positivity about the cryptocurrency space. And I love making videos to connect with you guys. So comment below over the last 30 days, what have been your big personal windfalls? What are the coins that have treated you so well? And then I'd also like you guys to speculate over the course of March, so March 2018 here in the next 28 days or so, the next 4 weeks, what are the top 3 coins that you are the most optimistic about? They could be the same as the ones I said. You know, maybe they're all going to have sustainable gains, or maybe there's 3 that you personally feel are due. Another one I'd love to see come and do a rebound is Vertcoin. Come on, team on Vertcoin, get your act together. Let's start putting some big numbers on the board and start making me some money here. That's a rallying call for those of you that are bullish about Vertcoin and long-term holders of Vertcoin. I have really, really, really been holding on to that for so long. That's probably I probably feel like at this point, I thought it was a 3-month plan. It's probably going to need to be a 5-year plan, all joking aside, before I see some significant gains on that. I don't regret tying up so much of my portfolio into Vertcoin. Probably have about 10% of my portfolio in Vertcoin, but I think that the big payoff comes on the day that it finally hits. Just like when Ripple treated me oh so well, and I picked up Ripple God, it's been so long. I think I picked up Ripple around 10 cents, and everyone, even on the AltCoin Buzz team, was telling me I was crazy and that even big news wasn't going to move the needle on Ripple. And then, bam, Ripple hit, and look at it now compared to when I bought into it. So, you know, no shame in that. 10x has been a big one. Power Ledger was a big one for me. That one I got into it during the ICO. There's still some ICOs that I've participated in that I'm really waiting for them to finish their, basically distribute their coins. So that way I can see what happens, and really excited about those projects. If you've listened to me, you know that I've reviewed a lot of ICOs. If there's any that you'd like for us to check out, comment those below. I'll stick around for a little bit to chill with you guys. Have a good Sunday night. This is Steve from AltCoin Buzz.